Okay. So I had you think about three things that were positive, and hopefully you did that, and hopefully you found three positive things, and hopefully throughout the day you had various positive messages and positive energy and positive love flowing through your body about those three things, because hopefully you associated all good experiences with those, and you did not, go to the dark side. Hopefully you just stayed positive, mind positive. So today we're going to, again, take out that compact, which basically I'm just using a visual. It's basically just, self-reflection and look at ourselves and be honest and open with ourselves in the hopes that we can sometimes combat our thoughts, because we are our biggest enemy. I mean, people don't realize that. They think this person's mean to me, that person's mean to me. No, you're mean to yourself. We are our biggest enemy, but we'll get into that in another time. So we're going to take that compact again. We're going to look at each other, not each other, look at ourselves, and we're going to do that reflection. We're going to do that self-reflection. Now, we've done that self-reflection with all the positive things, and we've fed our mind and our body with everything good that has happened around those things. Now, let's look in that compact. Let's look in that mirror, whatever mirror, and let's think about the negative things about ourselves. And I don't mean negative as in, oh, I'm too ugly, I'm too fat, I'm too this, I'm too that. Let's look at some negative characteristic traits of ours. Now, the difference between what I asked you to do yesterday when I said think of the three positive things and just focus positive thoughts about that, I want you to think of the three negative characteristics or situations about yourself, not on your person. Okay, not I wish this was changed, or I wish that was changed, or I wish I had this body or that body, but maybe things that you can work on. And I don't want you to harp on those negatives. I want you to be able to recognize those three things, and I want you to be able to counteract them with, this is bad about me, but I can do this. So let's see. One of the things about myself that I might say is a lot of times I'm brutally honest. I actually don't see it as a fault, because I believe that honesty is more of a dagger than a lie. I mean, I'm just going to tell you exactly how it is and the way I believe it is. But a lot of times I'm brutally honest, and that can be hurtful to others around me. So I can think about times that I've been brutally honest, and maybe, someone has felt pain with that honesty. So here's my brutal honesty, and I'm going to combat that with, maybe I need to think a little bit more before I speak. So that's maybe something that can help with that. Or maybe I need to analyze the situation and determine if I even have to say anything. Because maybe I don't have to. Maybe I don't have to tell them, yeah, you know what, you are a jerk. So that can combat that. Another thing about myself is I do tend to harp on the negative, whatever the negative might be. And that happens a lot of times with those of us that suffer from anxiety and depression and things of that nature. We play it over and over and over again. And a lot of times, it's before we go to bed or something like that. So to neutralize that negative thing about myself, because that is a negative, when you can't let that record go, when the record keeps playing and playing and playing. So maybe to neutralize that, I can say, maybe I can work on ways to get rid of those thoughts, and I don't even know how. I mean, I'm saying it, And that's what's so therapeutic about these kinds of exercises, is it kind of helps you, like that tug of war. You give a little and then you pull back a little, because I really don't know how, or if it were that easy, I wouldn't be doing it. So I will work on ways to do that. And I'll have to think about another way, and I don't want to, go too long on this video because I tend to over talk. But think about three of the negatives today. But don't just think about three of the negatives and go boo hoo hoo, these are my three negatives. Think about maybe examples, and then what you could have done differently, or what you can do in the future to change those. So do your three, think about that, think about examples, think about ways you can possibly work to change it. It's not going to be easy. It's, because it's not something we can do overnight, or we would have been done it. It would have been done such a long time ago. But ways we can work on changing those. And if you want to, you can share that with me. You can share with me the three negatives. We can kind of go back and forth. You can I can share my three negatives. You can give me feedback if you want on ways that I can work on my negatives. I can give you feedback. But yeah, it's hard. The negatives are hard because we tend to have a bunch of negatives. We always have a bunch of negatives. We always have those mean things we want to say, those mean thoughts that are playing in our head. And we don't really have that many positives, or we don't like to think about the positives. So we've already thought about the positives. Let's think about the negatives. Let's think of ways that we can change those negatives. Let's work on that. Let's maybe even write that down. And then work on making that a reality, because that's going to be one of the biggest situations that's going to help all of us, yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed doing that for the day, the daily lesson, and I'll talk to you guys later.